Settings, so I'll just touch on the settings briefly. Hopefully everyone's already set up their firm. So when you first onboard with Seamlss, you do have to set up your firm, go through your branding, customize the engagement letter, adjust the communications to suit your firm's tone and style. Make sure you turn on notifications, set up your agent linking details, and turn on 2FA. And if you really get stuck, you can book in a session with me, and I'll go through it with you. But we'll just touch on it briefly here. As we talked about, put in your organization's name, who's going to contact. So the contact email is who are they going to reply to. So if they get an email from Seamlss and they reply back to that email, that will go to you as the contact. Put in your branding. So as you've seen before, when you log in as a client, it's branded with your firm's details. So the client, when they're logging in, will actually see it from it'll look like it's from your firm. And this is obviously the preview of what it looks like down the bottom here. And you can change the coloring. Now the general settings, my recommendation is that you have TFN turned on and bank details. If you're going to be onboarding clients, and you're going to be adding them to the Anshare portal, you want the front cover of your tax return to have the correct information every time. Some firms are doing more consulting work, and that's why they want to turn it off. It's because they don't want to have another barrier for clients to onboard. It's like tax agent, BAS agent, this data all feeds through into the agent linking form. If you're a bookkeeper, you can disable TFNs. If you disable TFNs, it just means the whole form process, they'll be disabled and won't be asked at all. Now, lead generation, we talked about leads early on in the piece. If your lead generation process isn't overly built out, you can utilize this lead link within Seamlss. So we have a unique link here, and you can type in whatever you want in the text here, and you can also got the when they've completed their lead link, the answers. So if I click and open this now, this is what it looks like. So you would utilize this either on your website or an email or referrals. So when someone comes on as a lead, they can put their details in here. I hear you're amazing. They complete this, then they get taken to the completed page. So this completed answer is what's down the bottom here. If you didn't put in a link, this button wouldn't be here. But depending on what you're sharing in this lead link position, it could be a white paper, it could be a video, it could just be a link to your website. If they click on it, it'll open up and give them that bit of information that you're giving them. But what happens is that data will come up onto the dashboard as a part of the lead link. So here's the one that I just filled out, got the comment, and from this point we can start onboarding Clayton. So he's given us his name, email, and phone number, and we can get started onboarding Clayton. And that's the whole point of the lead link, to collect data from referrals and things like that. Go into integrations. So the Zapier integration, there is a little guide here to take you through Zapier on how to connect it up. Basically, we give you the keys, you connect it into Zapier, and then you can start pulling leads and things in from via Zapier. XPM, once you've connected that up, it's a pretty quick process. I'll just take you through that now. Connect XPM. It's going to log me in. Bit of timing. Of course, we want authentications. Keep it all secure. And then we authorize it and allow access. It's all pretty straightforward, fairly simple. You can go into the data center and then import them all into the data center from in there. The other key one is Ignition. So if you're a firm that uses Ignition, then at the end of the new client onboarding Ignition acceptance page, there is a little help guide here. It tells you how to do it. But basically, they have a secure link. I recommend you select DBS method. Also note that when they onboard, they won't be signing an engagement letter because they're just signing an engagement letter in Ignition. So here's the process within the Ignition. If you've utilized Ignition, you'll see this message template. So once they've completed their Ignition, filled out their details, signed the Ignition, they will get a thanks for onboarding with Ignition. And you can fill this out to however you like, but we recommend you put in your link to Seamlss. I'll get rid of some of these in that position. So if I open this link here, this is what it looks like. They would click on the link, go in there, it's branded with your Business Edge advisor details. They put in their own numbers and things like that. They can start adding their entities. So they start onboarding themselves and kickstart that process within Seamlss. So they go from Ignition to Seamlss to you, and they're onboarded. That would dictate, depending on whether you onboard, scope them out, then send a proposal, or whether you scope them out, propose, and then onboard. It just depends on your process as to how you're going to utilize that lead link if you're going to use it. If you're using Logic, then you can have the Logic file export turned on. Most firms are using XPM, obviously won't have that turned on. Users, we recommend having as many users as you need to. Overall, Seamlss is designed so that it's for the admin teams to be in and utilizing and actioning. So they should be onboarding your client, verifying them, adding to the ATO portal, completing the agent linking, collecting the files, adding the files to your document management system, and just overall organizing Seamlss. Notifications, without a doubt, number one, make sure they're all turned on and make sure they're all being emailed out. Like we talked about, different verification methods will get deleted within a couple of days. So you need to make sure that you're getting those emails straight away. We've also got the test button to make sure you can check and test that you're going to get those notifications. Some firms have utilized the notification tool to send it to other apps to kickstart other processes and tasks. So depending on how talented you are, you could send this to a specific email to kickstart another process in another app. I'm not that talented guy, I apologize, but it is possible. But I'm sure others that are doing that, good on you.